Most medications have a generic equivalent that is often prescribed instead of the name brand counterpart. Because of this, new side effects may first be noticed by a generic drug manufacturer. In Mutual Pharmaceutical Company versus Bartlett, we'll explore whether generic drug manufacturers can be held liable for design defects despite federal law preventing them from changing the drug's warning label. Clinoril, the brand name of sulindac, was a prescription medication used to manage pain. After gaining approval from the Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, for a generic form of sulindac, Mutual learned that the medication could cause a skin-deteriorating reaction and partial blindness. When it learned this, Mutual didn't change its drug label to warn consumers of these additional side effects. The Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act of 1938 prevented both brand name and generic manufacturers from changing the drug's chemical composition after getting FDA approval. Manufacturers of genetic versions of the medication, like Mutual here, were also prevented from making unilateral changes to the label. Despite this federal rule, a New Hampshire state law required manufacturers to compensate consumers for injuries stemming from a design defect. Due to her shoulder pain, Karen Bartlett was prescribed Clinoril and had a generic version of the medication sulindac dispensed instead. The sulindac was made by Mutual Pharmaceutical Company. Upon taking the sulindac, Bartlett suffered a skin-deteriorating reaction that left her disfigured and disabled, as well as partially blind. Bartlett sued Mutual for a design defect in a New Hampshire state court. Mutual removed the action to a federal district court. A jury found for Bartlett and awarded her $21 million. Mutual appealed to the First Circuit, which affirmed after finding that the federal regulations didn't preempt the state law because generic manufacturers could comply with both by removing their drugs from the market. Mutual petitioned the United States Supreme Court for cert, and the court granted the petition.